Yokozo! It is me, Tokkuri Yashi, your palm tree friend. How is everybody doing? Hope you are well. It is that time of month again. Clan Battle is here, and this is the Clan Battle report for April 2024, where we will be having a look at the bosses we are fighting, what type of element they are weak to, and which characters have made it into the highest damaging compositions for each of them. Clan Battle is here, the 25th to the 29th. So let's go and have a little look at which characters are in the top damaging teams. But first, remember that this is the beginning of Clan Battle. When I'm recording this, there may be some more teams added to this as time goes on, and the effectiveness of these teams really is affected by how many resources you've got in your characters, especially your Princess Knight enhancement, skill tree, the masterpieces. The higher they are, the paths that you've chosen are going to make some kind of a difference to the damage you might do with these teams, as well as if you can even run them at all. I have found one team that's a little bit tricky. We'll come to that one later. So let's jump over and have a look at the first boss. So we are looking at tier 4 compositions today, and the first boss we are fighting is Frosthound, which is weak to fire and wind. A bit of a dangerous combination. That's more of a Misogi thing, I think. Anyway, back to the action. 175 million damage here with its top damaging composition up here. That is absolutely crazy, and 140 million on manual. I am very happy to see we have got Cinderella Maho here. If you watched my adventures through the Light Deep quest, you will see I put a growth ball on her unique equipment and thought it might have been a bit of a waste. Well, she's being used again, so I'm very happy about that. We've got Cafe Tamaki 2, finally finding a place in Clan Battle. 2 months is it after she got her unique equipment, and Shori and Hatsune are also up here again, very high up with the damaging compositions. Reno, 6-star Reno, we put a unique equipment 2, also pretty high up on the team. As you can see here, I am running here on my composition because I don't have the Hatsune and Shiori, but I'm happy to see that because I put resources in it and didn't use her too much last Clan Battle. We have got a few other teams down here at the bottom. The teams at the bottom are still doing huge amounts of damage compared to what we have been seeing before. We have got Morikino, a free-to-play character, finally potentially getting a little bit of use here. First showing for the Ranger Kokoro. We have also got Aoi in there a few times. We don't usually see her in Clan Battle. That's nice to see Aoi getting a bit of runouts. Eris, watch out, she's going to be in every team. That's going to be your problem. Having enough Erises and borrowing enough Erises to manage to run all these teams, I think. Anyway, so there we go. My team there did 113 million damage, and my Tamaki is only 3-star and level 30 in her unique equipment. So there's a lot more damage that can be eked out even from that team. So we're getting off to a bit of a strong start. So let's move over to the second boss. Okay, boss 2, Randosorosu, or the Land Sloth, or if you want to call him the Snotty Bear. Even though he's not a bear, he's a sloth, but he's still very snotty. Anyway, this boss is weak to fire and dark. And as you can see here, we have got mostly dark teams that we are using. 131 million damage is the highest manual composition that we seem to have here. 102 million for automatic, which is the team I'm running up at the top there. Again, this is the first place we are seeing Makoto and Eriko Commander, who have just been released this month, but it's mainly those two characters and the Ultimatum girls, Riri, Kuria and Persia, that we are seeing used, as well as Eris. Again, Eris is everywhere. Eris is everywhere. Is that a bit of a spin-off from Miku? Instead of Majima everywhere, it's Eris everywhere. Hiru-chan! instead of Eris, instead of Majima, it's Eris saying Kiru-chan and popping up out of dustbins. Anyway, we diverge. So again, mostly there is a magical team in there that doesn't do too bad. But again, mostly dark physical. Combination of the Makotos, the Erikos, and the Ultimaiden girls. Hopefully you can make a team for this boss. We do have the dark team, the other monsters that are dark, weak to dark. You may not be able to use this team and the one later on. We'll have a look at that when we get to the Minotaur at the end. I've got 97 million damage running that team that said 102 million there. Not bad at all. So move on to boss number 3. Okay, boss 3, Basilisku, or the Basilisk. And here I'm going to have a little rant again. For me, mythical creature lesson 101. This is not a Basilisku, it is a cockatrice. The cockatrice has got a chicken head, a rooster head, and a basilisk is more like a snake or a lizard. I learnt that from my Magic the Gathering days. Anyway, putting that aside, we are here to have a look at what the composition, teams, and the damage they are doing. Easy manual 106 million maximum here. Say this boss is weak to wind, so all of these are wind teams apart from the one at the bottom and the one that I am running myself, because I thought I could build Orisa, who is the main tank here, and I couldn't. I didn't have enough shards to even get to 5-star. But it's Orisa and it's Ranger Kokoro again being used. Cafe Tamaki 2 in one of the top teams there. Ranger Shuri being booted off this clan battle. Not too many teams here compared to the other bosses. If you can't build one of the wind teams, you may have to run that team at the bottom there like me. I did think about trying to use Monica 6-star, instead didn't work. I put Ranger Shuri on, didn't work. I'm not sure what it is about Orisa that is good here. She does slow the opponent down and lower their magical attack. Perhaps using Yukari 6-star attack might keep you alive, but I'm sure the damage is going to be really low. Maybe I'll see what it does. Anyway, that team there, 62 million, which is what it says it should do. Maybe for me, maybe for you, if you're not a long-term player and have Orisa or Ranger Kokoro, might be a boss that we're going to be trying to avoid. There we go, the cockatrice, or the Basilisku. Anyway, moving on to boss number 4. Okay, boss number 4, Cyclopsu, the Cyclops. He is weak to water and light, and if you haven't already noticed, we're not getting very many water composition teams in this clan battle. Last clan battle they were everywhere, every boss was a water team. This clan battle, not so much. The Winter Chloe, nowhere to be seen. Winter Uni is in a few teams, but what was a good investment for last clan battle, maybe not quite such a good investment for this clan battle, but that's not too much of a problem. Anyway, highest manual damage there, 108 million so far on this boss, with 90 million for a automatic run. A lot of this year's characters are being featured here. We've got the New Year's Hatsune, we've got the Astral Yui, we've got New Year's Yui, we've got New Year's Yori also in one of the teams here. So a lot of this year's characters are featuring heavily in this boss battle. We have got one team there that's physical, most of them are magical, and there is that one water team there, if you can maybe run that one, but it looks like it's mostly light for the Cyclops boss. So 81 million damage we did there for that team on an auto run when it says 90 and get to, not too bad. There we go, the Cyclops boss. Let's move over to then the final boss, number 5. So we will move on to the final boss, Minotorosu, the Minotaur. He is weak to light and dark, but as you can see here, we are mostly using dark teams for this fight. This is where Commander Eriko and Commander Makoto, this month's characters, are being used, but also bear in mind that the Lancelot will also using very similar teams, so it might be difficult to run both of these fights with the Dark physical team having to borrow more than one character. Once again, we have got Eris everywhere. She's in all of these teams. So 115 million maximum for manual, 98 million maximum there for auto, with the Summer Shinobu tanking for this team. I did try running the team there, 97 million with Commander Makoto. Tanking didn't work at all. She died. I don't know how they managed to get that team to work. So in the end, you can see we went for this team here with Carla tanking it instead. Again, I wasn't too sure how she would manage to do it. She's quite a squishy character, but therefore second invulnerability on a union base probably came in clutch. And remember, Vikala is due a unique equipment next month, in a few weeks. So perhaps we will be seeing a little bit more of her in the future than we have been. 90 million damage there my team did, which is about what that can do automatically. If I couldn't use Commander Eriko and Makoto in this clan battle, I would have been really annoyed considering the amount of jewels I spent trying to get them. There are a few more teams quickly underneath here. The Shizuru Noir is there tanking for a Dark team on one of the lower damaging competitions this month. And there are a couple of light teams at the bottom. If you want to run the Dark team for the Sloth and then you have to run this boss, perhaps one of these light teams here will be useful. Anyway, there we go. That is a battle report review for April 2024. Let me know how you're doing with Clan Battle, which bosses struggling with, which bosses you're doing really well with. Are there any characters you wish you had got that you didn't have? And I will see you all again for another video. I'm Tokkuri Yashi. Thank you very much for watching. Bye 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 bye.